Welcome to our latest video, which features 10 of our favourite shoot and holler Cavalry and Indian westerns of the 1950s. Hope you like it. Two Flags West, 1950. One of many westerns in which a martinet of a commander, in this case Major Keniston, played by Jeff Chandler, brings down death and destruction on his own men. In this case, he executes the son of a Cavalry chief. Lots of shooting and a whooping follow before the Major hands himself over to the chief and dies screaming. One for all the family. Only the Valiant, 1951. It's martinet country again, with Gregory Pecker's overbearing Captain Richard Lange taking on both the Apaches and his own men, who for various reasons all want him dead. Despite the odds, he defeats Apache Chief Tuxos, played by Michael Ansara, before winning his girlfriend back at the end. Distant Drums, 1951. Released on Christmas Day, this is a virtual remake of World War II drama Objective Burma, with Gary Cooper as Captain Quincy Wyatt, tasked with destroying a fort in the middle of the jungle, which is being used by Spanish gunrunners to supply the local Seminole tribe with weapons. At one point, some of the soldiers are captured and thrown into a pit full of hungry reptiles, so definitely not a Christmas film in the vein of It's a Wonderful Life then. Battle of Apache Pass, 1952. Based upon the real-life battle at Apache Pass, this is kind of a loose sequel to Broken Arrow, in which Jeff Chandler first played Apache Chief Cochise. The film highlights the fact that this was the first time the US Army used artillery against Native Americans who were selfishly fighting to keep the invading white settlers from stealing their land. Last of the Comanche, 1953. Apparently based upon the World War II Humphrey Bogart 1943 movie Sahara, the film features Broderick Crawford as Tough Sergeant Major Matt Traynor, channeling his inner Dan Matthews a couple of years before he played him for real in Highway Patrol. Lloyd Bridges also appeared in Sahara. Unlike his counterpart in Last of the Comanche, he doesn't make it through to the last reel either. Escape from Fort Bravo, 1953. Directed by John Sturges, this is one of a number of westerns released in the 1950s dealing with the incarceration of defeated Confederate soldiers by the Union Army. Yankee Captain Roper, played by William Holden, becomes embroiled in an attempted escape by Confederate prisoners and ends up dodging arrows in the climactic battle with the local Apaches. Drumbeat, 1954. Loosely based on real events, Alan Ladd plays Peace Commissioner John E. McKay, tasked with trying to bring peace between the settlers and the Modoc tribe. This is somewhat stymied by Captain Jack, a renegade chief played by Charles Bronson, who prefers war instead. The film features blink and you'll miss them appearances by Denver Pyle, Strother Martin and Elisha Cook Jr., with the acting honours going to Bronson, delivering a memorable performance as the doomed Modoc chief. The Indian Fighter, 1955. Kirk Douglas as Scout Johnny Hawks is at his clenched-jawed best. Get a load of the poster if you don't believe us. This is a typical 1950s Cavalry and Indian shoot-'em-up, with the by then prerequisite sympathy for the Native Americans to indicate how much Hollywood had changed their tune towards them. This time it's the pesky white man causing trouble, a pre-famed Walter Matthau playing the bad guy, and Elsa Martinelli as a Sioux maiden sporting a thick German accent, and not that many clothes, much to the delight of the audience and Kirk himself. Pillars of the Sky, 1956. Set in the late 1860s, the film concerns the attempt to introduce Christianity to the local native tribes, with renegade chief Kamayakin, played by Michael Ansara, again, spoiling the party for both the military and the converts. Jeff Chandler stars as Sergeant Emmett Bell, a heroic drunk who saves the day in the final battle between the Cavalry and the Injuns, alongside his doomed drinking buddy Sergeant Caracat, played by Lee Marvin with a very dodgy Irish accent. Yellowstone Kelly, 1959. Originally mooted as a starring vehicle for John Wayne with John Ford as director, the movie features Clint Cheyenne Walker in the lead role, with Ed Kooky Burns of 77 Sunset Strip fame along for the ride. Rather strange casting with John Lorman Russell as Sioux Chief Gall, but there's action aplenty to keep cowboy fans entertained in this engaging late 1950s shoot and holler Hollywood western, beautifully filmed on location in Arizona. Thank you for watching our video. Please like and subscribe.